So yeah, I travel around the country DJing, and I take a lot of Uber rides, and I definitely like to hop in Uber rides and pick, the driver's brains in regards to music, this, that, and the other. I know that a lot of times you have to play stuff that the customer wants to hear. So, yeah, I just, kind of want to pick your brain and ask you, like, what you like to listen to. What would you listen to if no one else was in the car?
So I would personally, in terms of music, I would listen to like BPM or electronic music as a genre.
Yeah, so you like to listen to like EDM and dance music and stuff like that.
Yeah, and not necessarily dance on the verge of dubstep, but just a little bit softer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, so that's my preference. That's what I listen to on a daily basis. If I'm not listening to music, I might, since I have satellite radio, I might listen to like Howard Stern or something like that.
Oh, so you listen to Stern as well?
I do.
Dude, I love Stern. It's locked on 100 and 101 all the time.
All the time, man. These are my presets, my favorites, and straight up Howard is always on. I mean, he's such a great interviewer.
Yeah.
Music and all, but yeah. So that's my top, what I would listen to by myself.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like if Howard were to retire, like I don't know what I would do, because I literally I do listen to music. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I listen to a lot of Howard Stern, and I mean a lot. Absolutely. So I was just thinking about this the other day, because there's definitely been some Sternthologies where the older shows where he talks about about how his contract is almost
about
up
to come up, which happened the past say 4 or 5 months ago.
So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking what am I gonna do if this dude retires?
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure. And then we're gonna have to deal with that in another 4 to 5 years, right? So it's crazy though. I mean, it's so much. So yeah, I mean that consumes a lot of my time, because it's just so interesting, and he's evolved so much as a interviewer, and he just pulls so much out of people. There will never be another Howard Stern.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah, I like how he has a habit of trying to start some drama. He tries to pull out some dirt,
stuff that people can't say, and that he can't say. But he tries to
what was I listening to the other day where he was just trying to get some dirt? I forgot who it was. It was, oh my god, it was an actress, and he was just trying so hard to just get some dirt, and she was just no.
Yeah, she's like, nah,
I'm not going there.
And he knows that they're gonna say no, and he'll actually go on to the next question when he knows he's pushed but just joked too hard, which is awesome. I mean, it's just so cool to hear that dynamic. But
yeah, I really like Howard Stern a lot. So aside from Howard Stern and the BPM stations on Sirius XM, I mean, as far as artists, what do you like? What do you like personally?
So my preference is in that Deadmau5 arena. So Deadmau5 and I like Tiesto, and I like the popular people, but Adventure Club is really top of my list, and stuff like that. So that's probably where I'm at in terms of not too hard in terms of dubstep, but not too soft in terms of dance music,
So I mean, what are
Jay-Z? By the way, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's all good.
I've always grown up with Jay-Z. He's, in terms of rapper, I always listened to rap when I was younger. I think rap has evolved into a place that I'm not as comfortable with. Yeah. So my top other favorite station is the 90s rap, 90s, 2000 rap. But Jay-Z is probably, he's top. But go ahead.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I mean, I think that older folks definitely, folks that kind of grew up on 90s hip hop and stuff like that. It's definitely I mean, when you really think about it, hip hop's kind of a young man's game. So
sure.
So it only makes sense. I mean, I can totally relate because I'm personally drawn to like, your Jay-Z's and your Nas's and Wu-Tang Clan and Notorious Big and Tupac, and of course I like a lot of the newer stuff. Sure. But then there's some stuff like Lil Yachty and and
crazy,
and I mean that like I get it, but I'm just kind of like, okay. You know what? Like
we've evolved past it at an age where that's just because we're exactly.
It's kind of like eating like sweet tarts and drinking a soda after. You know what I mean? Like a real thick, crazy sweet soda. That's what it's kind of like. What like that kind of like Lil Yachty and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on it. It's just like that's what like I think of. You have like your meat and potatoes, which I think are kind of like Jay-Z and just kind of like Tupac and all that kind of stuff. And then you got these kids that are starting off that they're not really relatable,
right?
To like an older person.
They don't say anything that's relatable. They don't say anything of meaning. It's really just to get out there and auto-tune and all that stuff.
But it's totally relatable to like a younger person, you know what I mean, like a kid. I mean, like
that makes sense.
And like a younger person, which
that's respectable.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff when I was a kid, that I listened to that
our parents or older people were
they're like what are you listening to?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's true.
So so like I mean, aside from Jay-Z, like do you have like a guilty pleasure? That you're kind of like wouldn't openly tell somebody that you would just totally like rock out to in the car?
I mean, I love 80s music.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Like I can't even say like, I mean like a Mariah Carey is my jam.
Dude.
Like it's not that I wouldn't tell anybody, but when you think about it, I grew up on rap and R&B, and 80s though is a thick part of my upbringing, and it's still just a feel-good music. Like if I turn on an 80s station, you're guaranteed to say, you know what, this is just a good song. And it's all the songs, right? I mean,
totally.
So that's probably my guilty pleasure in terms of, when there's nothing else on, I go back to the 80s and I can chill and jam. So
yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think that, and I think this is universal for a lot of folks. I think that, the reason they love 80s and 90s music because it kind of reminds them.
Brings them back to it,
Yeah, it reminds them of their childhood.
Sure, for sure. For sure.
So, whether it's like, old new wave stuff or like 90s R&B, like, Mariah Carey and Mary J. Blige, whatever, I'm all about it. So,
for sure.
So anyways, I definitely appreciate, you taking the time and talking about this and talking about music. Music is such a universal thing, and I love like talking to people about music.
Oh yeah.
And
it was great. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Take care.